Oh, it says I'm live. Hey, it says I'm live. Hi, everyone. It's me, Jay, from the J Agenda. Hey, I just wanted to pop on tonight. It's Saturday night, July 12th, 2025, about 7:07, which, by the way, was a great aircraft. 7:07 in the evening. And hey, I just wanted to pop on with a message to those working class folks who voted for Trump, who thought that somehow Trump was going to bring back manufacturing and great paying jobs and restore the middle class and pull everybody up from out of poverty into that middle class. And if he somehow, I don't know, raised tariffs on other countries, then all of a sudden American corporate interests and finance capitalists will come racing home and establish new factories here in the United States so that we don't have to pay those tariffs. Well, you're wrong. You're ignorant about how the American economy works. There's a profound ignorance in the working class, and I don't mean that in a pejorative sense. I don't mean to I don't mean for that to sound like a put down, right? But there is a profound ignorance within the American working class about how capitalism really works and how these insane, incoherent policies of Trump affects your everyday life. Um, Let me start off by saying this, and you could probably click off after this, but stick around for the details. Um, Anything Trump does for the economy is not going to benefit the working class. All right, nothing, nothing he's going to do. All right. So anyway, it was Tuesday, this past Tuesday. Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent said that the United States government has taken in about $100 billion in tariffs so far, and that this could, mind you, grow to 300 billion by the end of the year. Well, let's talk just review real quickly about what a tariff is, right? And I'm going to do this by asking some questions. First of all, you need to know that a tariff is a tax on goods that come into the United States. They're produced outside of the United States. Um, doesn't mean that they're not American companies, right? Because American companies outsource their labor, and if those goods are manufactured, even though they're financed by American capital, manufactured outside of a country that's under these tariffs, when that product arrives on the docks in the United States, a tax must be paid, right? A price must be paid, not by the country who sent them, not even by the company that produced them, right? Not even by the company that financed them here in the United States. No, 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 no. That gets paid by the distributors, so those who purchased the products for sale in the United States, right? Well, those those business people, those retailers, those commodity providers, those shippers, distributors, whatever you want to call them, they're not going to take a bath because they can't afford to. If their prices go up, you know what that means? They got to lay people off. That means their productivity falls. That means that their logistic chain slows down or begins to break apart. You think they're going to let that happen? No. So what do? Well, they pass that cost on to you and to me. So at the end of all of this, the U.S. consumers are the ones paying a tariff. So in essence, what's going on is no matter where you stand in with regard to taxation, Trump could promise all the tax cuts in the world to the working class, which he didn't, but he could promise them, right? But if he's going to impose tariffs, that means whatever it is that we might save, we're going to pull out of our wallets, throw it down at the cash register, and eventually that's going to wind up in the federal treasury. Are you following me here? Trump also announced during the same cabinet meeting that he was going to impose a 50% tariff on copper imports. Now, copper is used in everything from housing to consumer electronics to vehicles. It's used in the American power grid. It's used in American hardware. And he also said, by the way, that tariffs were coming on semiconductors and pharmaceuticals. So let's stop and think about this again. Remember what I said, what tariffs were. All right. The producers don't pay it. The financiers don't pay it. That's paid at the end by the consumers. So a 50% tariff on copper means that whatever copper goes into material for building houses, that's going up. Therefore, the price of building a house is going to go up. That goes into, the copper goes into consumer electronics and semiconductors. Well, guess what happens? Any American-made consumer electronics and semiconductors, or I'm sorry, any electronics and semiconductors made outside of the U.S., excuse me, that price goes up. It includes iPhones, everything, right? Whatever's not made in America, and quite frankly, we're not making a lot of that stuff, right? Your car companies, they need the parts that contain copper. Guess what? If they're made elsewhere, part of the cost of those parts go up. And you think that the American automakers are going to eat that cost? No, that's not the way it works, because they're under obligation to shareholders to keep that investment, to keep those stocks high, keep those dividends flowing, right? Keep it positive. So guess who's going to pay the price? That's right, you and me, right? Oh, let's think about the power grid, right? All the copper that goes into the power grid. Do you think they're going to make any improvements on the power grid now? Do you think we're going to do any kind of upgrade on the power grid when the cost of copper is going up? The only time that's going to happen is if these power companies could pass along that cost to the consumer. Well, what's going to happen to your electric bill? Right up through the roof. You know why? Tariffs, baby. MAGA. Yeah. Did you really vote for this? Is this what you wanted? And let's talk about pharmaceuticals, right? You say, well, I got to co-pay, my insurance covers it, blah, 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 blah. Pharmaceuticals are going up. Do you really think that the insurance companies are going to eat that cost? Hell no. They're going to pass that along. Why? Because, again, there's a lot of people with financial portfolios who demand from these companies a good return, a promised return on their investment for buying the stocks, for soaking their money into those companies. Do you think that those companies are going to say, well, I'm sorry, we're not going to pay you as much in dividends because we're sensitive to the cost consciousness of our consumers? That's bullshit. That's not the way capitalism works, right? So this is why I jumped on here tonight, to let you know that unless Trump flip-flops again, which he might, I don't know if he will or not. I don't know. The guy, Trump is like a toddler with at the controls of a backhoe, right? He's flipping levers. He doesn't know what the fuck he's doing. He really doesn't. He thinks he does, but he really doesn't understand the system that he is the figurehead for. He doesn't. I don't know. I think probably somebody at the Wharton School of Business probably had to read to him, and he probably didn't listen very much. He coasted through Wharton. He surfed right through Wharton. On the wave of Big Daddy's money, right? So the guy's an economic idiot, right? He just doesn't understand it. And the sooner that you and me and the working class realizes that he's an idiot, the sooner we might be able to discuss a strategy that we might be able to use to begin to fight back. So, I mean, there you have it. That's why I jumped on tonight. So anything involving copper is going to go up. Anything with pharmaceuticals is going to go up. You name it. I mean, 50% tariff coming up. I don't know. He might back down again, as I said. I don't know. But I just want you to know, if you're one of those people that voted for Trump because you thought the guy was going to stand outside the system, drain the swamp, change things, you got taken, man. I mean, people on my political side. I'm a man of working class politics. We were standing out there saying, "Don't do it, don't do it. You're gonna get burned. He's a fucking liar. Don't do it." And you did it anyway because I don't know, for whatever, maybe you were mad at the previous president for something, or you think like quote libtards are ruining the United States of America. Look, I'm telling you, if these tariffs go through and this economic spiral accelerates, it ain't the libtards that are going to ruin your life. It's the guy you voted for and the people around him. All right. So I just wanted to get on here and give you the heads up. I don't know. We'll see. He says that the big money is going to start coming in August. He sent some letters out to some countries, and a couple of them just said, "Yeah, go ahead. We're going to deal with China. We're going to deal with BRICS. We're going to deal with Russia. Go ahead. Raise the tariffs." Right? They don't give a shit. So anyway, we've got an idiot in the White House, and God, I hope that. I really hope you didn't vote for him. I'm not saying you're an idiot for voting for him, but I hope that if you did vote for him, that you're going to learn the lesson that you really should be learning now, when everything else goes up and things didn't turn out the way you wanted them to, the way he said he would make them turn out. All right, so stop voting, stop supporting Big Daddy. Fuck it. All right. Hey, look, Saturday night, 7/18. You got better things to do than sit here and listen to me ramble. Frankly, I'm going to go get a drink of water, settle down, maybe watch a movie or something, and then I'm going to head to bed in a little bit because, frankly, I'm tired. All right. I'll see you. I'll try to get some more content up. Be sure to like this, share this if you think it's worthy of sharing. And again, I want to thank you for taking the time out of your life to listen to what I have to say. I am very honored by that. I hope you rest well, my friends, and I hope tomorrow will be a better day for you. All right. Toodles.